Hi, this is Melissa, your free-range psychic. Today is July the 9th, 2024. I hope all who celebrated had a great 4th of July. Today I'm going to do a little bit of an update that my guides wanted me to do on the future of fascism in the world. And I looked up how many there were. There's a lot of dictators. A lot of dictators out there in Africa and Asia and Eastern Europe, China, Xi Jinping, Turkey, right? Erdogan, Putin, of course. There are just so many. So I thought I would read a list of them, and I thought, oh, there's too many. It's like 50 or more or less. And my guides just wanted to let people know what the future of fascism looks like, because there's been such a concerted effort to spread fascism throughout the world, including very much the attempted coup. Some say it was actually a completed coup because it did interrupt the peaceful passage of power from Trump to Biden. But that the world, dictators, especially Vladimir Putin, they orchestrated that. And it's not just the United States that they're targeting. They're targeting every democracy. So we have, like in France and in England, in places in Europe where there's this rise of racism, and there's this rise of white supremacy or white supremacists. There's a rise of nationalism. And then we know behind the scenes there's people like Steve Bannon and his cohorts, Eric Prince, etc., doing a lot of covert manipulation there to achieve some kind of like psyops, some kind of control over public perception, so that those, just like Brexit is a really, really good example of how that worked. You get something passed by the masses, but it's actually something that has been done with false information, and to a very bad effect, because England is still suffering from Brexit. And my guys have shown me from the beginning that it will be reversed and they will join the European Union. But why do you do that with England? You know, if you're in the Eastern Bloc or whatever, if somebody like Putin would want to see England taken away from or triangulated from the rest of Europe, because you're weakening that alliance, you're weakening NATO, you're weakening the power of countries. Why did they all form the European Union? To be more powerful economically and militarily, etc. So you break England away, you break another country away, and then you're diluting that, you're weakening it. And look at what they did to our country, and they're still attempting to do, weakening our democracy, making us doubt everything, even controlling the media. So we're always questioning our government. Not that we should question our government, but to the point where really the meme that they want us to adopt is, democracies don't work. Nobody's telling the truth. All the politicians are the same. Why bother to vote? You need a strong leader to take care of everything. And we'll give you everything you want. And whatever it goes wrong, blame it on somebody who's the other. Different skin color, different religion, different ethnicity. And we continue to see this attempt, although at the same time, those countries are having difficulties because they are themselves being triangulated from the wealth of the global economy, and there's challenges there. So let's see what the guides say. Of course, this is going to be their representation of who they are. They're the devil, this evil energy, this energy that really wants to destroy people's freedom, people's liberty, and they'll use any means necessary. And if it's genocide, so what? In fact, they like strong arming, and you have the Wagner Group, who's a really good example of these private mercenaries who will work for these dictators, and they'll go in and they will commit atrocious crimes, terrible tragedies for these people, men, women, and children. It doesn't matter, and all in the name of conquering that area. And they just don't do it the Wagner Group isn't just, working for Putin. They're working for other dictators too, and they're in Africa, and they're in Syria. And there's other private militias too, and also how they train their soldiers, and just what do they want? They want world domination. So this is, and they're proud of this, by the way. It's not something hidden, like, I'm a really good person, but you're not going to really see the motivation. No, they want to be seen as the devil. They really do, because it controls the people, that keeps them under their thumb, and it scares other powers. So the above is the Five of Swords, and this is exactly what I've been talking about. Any means necessary to control our population and control other populations. I'm not talking about ours, United States, just in terms of this person's perspective. He's going to utilize the power of the sword, the power of death and destruction to accomplish his means, his desire. Sorry. Any means necessary. I think that's what I was thinking. And surely they wouldn't think twice about doing certain things that are against the Geneva Code, etc. It doesn't matter, because their aim is to repress and to conquer, to own, and everybody else is going to be their either their soldiers or their slaves, or something they can exploit, and that includes how they treat the earth, the environment. In the past, this is the tower. So the tower represents the attack on the United States and the attack on other countries, trying to bring them down and control their governments. But it also shows here they themselves, like Putin, attacking Ukraine, but now, being embroiled in something that is also destroying his government, like I said in the last video. But the guides are saying these are other dictators too, who are having their towers toppled. And it's a very volatile situation in certain areas of the world where people are fighting back, democracies are fighting back. But wherever these powers go, the dictators, the expansionists, they're going to bring this in their wake. And this is what we've been experiencing, right? This tower, since it seems like Trump took office. I mean, this is always on some level going on in the world, but this is what the dictators, the fascists, want to be our permanent situation. And think about that, they breached the United States government. How crazy is that they actually were able to do that? and almost bring about a coup. Thank God we didn't, of course, but think about this January 6th in this instance. Below, these are the emperors, these are the dictators, each of them having this absolute power, or that's what they're trying to attain. And they feel they have a right to it. In the future, the guides show me the Ten of Swords. So they say it's just the world is shifting. We're going into a whole different vibrational frequency mindset. We're coming into Aquarius now, which isn't really going to tolerate dictatorships. So one by one, they're going to fall. And the people are, the deer are the people here. They're going to take power. It's just going to spread throughout the world. This shift, this change in humanity. And I said, well, how long is it going to take? Because there's a lot of them. And they said about 15 years overall. But the trajectory, the movement forward is the end of this dictator for the most part. Anyway, the world is just changing. It's going to change, and there's nothing that anybody can do to stop it. They're going to, they've tried their hardest, but all their like turning over a rock, and all the little creatures scurry. There's nothing that is going to be hidden from us. We're going to, in this world of the internet and social media and everything is mobile phones. Everything's just we're able to see in seconds what might be attempted to be hidden from us in the past. It's no longer TikTok, whatever. It's no longer possible, as much as these governments try to repress the use of social media. It's too late, and so the power will only thrive. This kind of a tyrannical power, will only thrive in darkness, in the cover of the night. And now you see these swords are all illuminated. Above the clarifying card, I got two cards. One, the Ace of Swords, which is this attempt to take over that we've seen. I mean, it's been going on for a long time, but really became so clear when Trump took power. I think the iconic moment, and I included it in the intro, was Lavrov. See the Secretary of State or diplomat from Russia in the Oval Office with Trump, and only the Russians, Lavrov's cohorts were allowed, and the Russian press was allowed, and everybody else was kicked out. That was the iconic moment of this movement, and this was their pinnacle of success. That was able to happen, because that would be unthinkable if Hillary Clinton was president or any other person was president. It's hard to think of any president equal to the brazenness of Trump to allow something like that to happen. That was egregious. It was a terrible thing, and yet it just happened, and it seemed like we just moved on from that. But don't forget that happened. And if I apologize if I'm wrong about Lavrov, but he's a very powerful person in the Russian government, close to Putin. And what do they want? World domination. Take over the world. Just like any evil villain in a movie. They want to rule the world with the sword. So the outcome card is the King of Swords reversed. And the guides are showing me this means a toppling of these dictators being ousted by the people. and then progressive leaders being put in their place, or more progressive leaders, there's going to be a big push for human rights, for justice, for equality all over the world. So that is the outcome here, and we're going to see it start to, I think, even speed up in terms of these dictators falling. And look at what happened with Bolsonaro. Luka, his name is not Lukashenko. Lukashenko is another dictator, right? Belarus. Luka took his place, who is now trying to reverse the destruction of the rainforest and all the horrible crimes that Bolsonaro committed. And remember, he had his own attempt at a coup after Luka was voted in, right? The pattern almost identically on the coup that we experienced in D.C. That is my reading on the future of fascism. It seems very hopeful, praying it's true. Oh, there's something else I wanted to comment on, is that white substance found in the White House. My guys wanted to let people know it was a plant that Trump, MAGA people planted it. Trump himself, allegedly anyway, according to my guides, that was something that he and I'm sure Roger Stone, etc., they thought it was really funny that, it would be found and it could be blamed on Hunter. That's so stupid, because where it was found was like in a cubby hole where all the public can come. And I would be surprised if it wasn't on film that like the FBI or whatever, whomever, or the Secret Service wouldn't see who it was. But we'll see. But that's what the guides say, that it came from Trump's people. Not surprising if that's the truth. Okay, time for our oracle card. This one is from the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck by Denise Linn. Oh, and the cards, CIro Marchetti, Gilded Tarot, you can find them in the Easy Tarot deck. And I think I saw them on Amazon. I've actually bought them in like a bookshop, but I'm pretty sure you can find them on Amazon. So the card we have today is Going Forward. I don't know if you can see the writing here. Yeah. Going Forward. The Sacred Landscape wants you to know, when you receive this card, fertility, productivity, love, health, abundance, and fulfillment are ahead of you. Things are growing and expanding in your life. Keep going forward. Sometimes it may be easy to be distracted by what's occurring around you. But this card indicates that it's important to not let anything hold you back. Step up and know that your needs will be taken care of. Your life is escalating and intensifying in the best possible way, and for your highest good. Going forward. Okay, you guys. This is the part that I remind you can find my information below in the description box or at the end of the musical interlude, which is coming up. And I'm available for personal readings. I read on anything in the present life, anything in the past and present in this life. I think that's what it's trying to say. I read past lives. I am a medium, and I love to introduce you to your guardian angels. You guys take care, and I will see you next week. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
you.